Hi, Assalamualaikum. I will present about ethical issue in humans genetics and genomes, and this is my group members. Okay, let's get started. The case is Mr. H is a 25 years old man whose grandfather died some 10 years ago from Huntington disease. Mr. H's mother has therefore a 15% chance of developing HD. She decided to have the genetic test and has been shown to have faulty genes. She will definitely develop HD at some times, and Mr. H now at 50% chance to develop HD. And Mr. H is an air traffic controller. He loves his job and he feels he could perform his duties most adequately for many years, irrespective of whether he carries the faulty gene for HD or not. He does not wish to have genetic tests. His employer is unaware of his family history. First issue is to know or not know when is the right time to decide to have predictive or pre-symptomatic testing. In our opinion, when a person is knowing a history of his family who had some inherited disease, it is better to know whether he inherited the disease or not. The right time to decide to have a predictive or pre-symptomatic testing is when he knows that one of his relatives have the genes or get the disease, but the test is done after the age of 18 years old. The Huntington disease usually reveal its symptoms when the person at the age of 30 to 50 years old and worsen over 10 to 25 years period. Second issue is, do employers in industry involving public safety have the right to demand family healthy history information? In case where genetic predictive testing is available for conditions that may impact on public safety, do employers have a right to predictive testing information about an individual whose current health status is excellent? The employers have the right to demand family health history information only with preserving Employee Wellness Program Act, the law that currently doesn't allow employers to require workers participating in a wellness program to submit genetic testing. The employers have the right to predict testing information about an individual whose current health status is excellent because they believe that the latter might be suffering from a genetic disorder that would result in harm to the employee or others. In this situation, Mr. H, who suffered from Huntington disease, is working as a traffic controller, and it is progressive disease that might cause him deteriorations in movement, cognition, and generalized functioning that could affect his job. Third issue is, who actually owns this information and who should decide who can access it? The physical medical record actually belongs to the physical who create it. The information gathered within the original medical record is owned by the patient. This is why patients are allowed a copy of the medical record but not the original document. The original medical record is considered a legal document and may not be removed from the facility premise without a court order. Although the original medical record is the property of the physician office who created as the above, the patient is allowed to inspect, review, and receive a copy of his or her own medical records and billing records, helped by health plans and healthcare provider covered by HIPAA privacy rules. This is the understanding your health record and informations. The fourth issue is, what is the situation was reversed and Mr. H won testing but his mother had a refuse? What responsibility is there to offer testing to an individual when the result may indirectly reveal the genetic status of a relative? If Mr. H carries HD gene fault when he must have inherited from his mother, it depends in part of the significance significance given to four important ethical and legal principles: autonomy, confidentiality, privacy, and equity. A review of meaning of those concepts and how they are currently protected by the law provides a starting point of the development of recommendations and the degree of control people should have in deciding whether to undergo genetic testing and what use should be made of the result. In a 1992 National Probability Survey of the Public, sponsored by the March of Times, 38% of respondents said that new types of genetic testing should be stopped altogether until the privacy issues are settled. What responsibility to offer? Right to know, right not to know. Individuals may have a legitimate interest in not knowing their genetic makeup to avoid serious psychological consequences. This interest, far from being contrary to autonomy, may constitute an enhancement of autonomy. The right not to know can be presumed, but must be activated by the individual's explicit choice, and this is not absolute right in the sense that it may be restricted when disclosure to the patient is necessary in order to avoid a risk of serious harm to third persons. People's ability to define themselves, to manage their identity and self-concept will depend in large measure on the control they have over whether they or others come to know their genetic characteristics. The last issue is implication for Mr. H's reproductive choice. If the test said he is positive having a gene of Huntington disease, it will affect all his career and life. In Mr. H's case, when the symptom is worsened, he will not be able to work because this disease affects the coordination and voluntary movement, difficulty in thinking through problems, and depression. As the disease is getting worse, he cannot no longer walk and will be unable to speak. He needs to get prepared mentally and physically. If the test said he is negative to not having gene of Huntington disease, he should not worry, but he needs to advise his other siblings to get the test done too. Okay, that's all our presentations. Thank you.